Today we're talking about Yaman, a name that for years was synonymous with success and charm in Turkish television. But something has changed. Although his physical presence is still impressive, his career in Turkey seems to have completely stalled. What happened to this star who once shone so brightly and now seems to be in the shadows? One major reason is that his looks began to outweigh his talent. In series like Dolunay or Erkenci, his physique stole the spotlight, but his acting became repetitive. There was no growth, no emotional depth. Turkish audiences who deeply value authenticity in acting began to disconnect. But that wasn't the only issue. On set, rumors emerged about his difficult character, clashes with directors, arrogant behavior, complaints about his conduct. Several professionals said working with him was exhausting. This image of an arrogant star clashed with the humble personality audiences admire. Moreover, the media and his PR team tried to uphold his image with flashy headlines. He triumphs in Europe. Women adore him. But this strategy backfired. The public began to see him as a manufactured figure, more of a magazine icon than a genuine actor. A pivotal point in his journey was his relationship with Demet Özdemir. Together they starred in one of the most beloved series. But while she grew as an actress and moved on to solid new projects, Can stagnated. Many believe he shone thanks to her but couldn't hold his own. Another barrier was his overpowering presence on screen, which overshadowed his co-stars. Several actresses avoided working with him because their characters were diminished. The stories revolved only around him, leaving little room for strong female roles. This created a sense of imbalance that pushed audiences away. And as the Turkish audiovisual sector evolved toward deeper, more demanding content on platforms like Netflix and Disney+, Can Yaman remained stuck in superficial roles. He failed to adapt to the new demand for emotional authenticity, so why does Turkey no longer want him back? Because times have changed. Audiences now seek humility, sincerity, real emotion. Muscles and fame are no longer enough. Success today is measured by one's ability to touch the viewer's soul, something Can Yaman sadly has yet to achieve. Zosak Poarya Dese Sekor. From my perspective, Demet Özdemir is one of those women who has navigated the turbulent waters of fame with strength and elegance worthy of respect. Also, it's impressive how, despite constant scrutiny, comments about her personal life, and the pressure of having been part of one of Turkey's most beloved TV couples, she has managed to maintain her essence, move forward, and build a career that today places her as a respected and admired figure, not just in Turkey but abroad. Many remember her for her relationship with Can Yaman, a connection that transcended the screen and for many fans felt like more than fiction. But what truly sets Demet apart is what she did afterward. While some remained trapped in nostalgia, she took firm steps toward new projects, new goals, new challenges. She didn't look back, didn't get lost in scandals or accusations. Her silence on more than one occasion has been her greatest strength. It's not easy being a woman in show business, especially when your success comes with beauty, charisma, and authenticity. Demet has constantly been watched, judged for what she says, how she dresses, and who she is seen with. Demet has constantly been watched, judged for what she says, how she dresses, and who she is seen with, and yet she has maintained her professionalism. As many fans say in similar comments, she too has been a target of envy. Because she shines. Because she doesn't need scandals to stay relevant. Because she's earned the public's love without needing to please everyone. What I admire most about Demet is that she hasn't let fame consume her. On the contrary, she has used every opportunity as a stepping stone for growth. She starred in successful shows, demonstrated significant growth as an actress, and dared to take on more complex, mature roles. She didn't stay the sweet girl of romantic comedies. She went further, and she did so with rare determination. Even if some media or social users try to paint her as distant, cold, or calculating, the truth is that for those who truly follow her, Demet remains an example of consistency, steady work, and effortless elegance. She doesn't respond with hate, doesn't engage in provocations, and that, in these times of constant exposure, is almost a rebellious act. It's curious how both she and Can have been victims of the same phenomenon, the weight of a relationship idealized by the public, the attempt to define their lives by what they once were, not by what they are today. But one thing is clear, Demet has freed herself from that narrative. She didn't get stuck in the role that was assigned to her. She reinvented herself, and she did it without losing her smile, without losing her identity. That's why, looking at her journey today, I can only feel admiration. Because not everyone survives the world's judgment with their head held high. Because not every woman in her position would have had the courage to follow her own path, even knowing it meant straying from others' expectations. Demet is more than a talented actress. She's a symbol of independence, strength, and silent evolution. And that, in a world that demands constant explanations, is her boldest statement.